You're feeling very sleepy and relaxed right here on Stu's channel.
Your favorite part. Okay, so this is 30-minute epoxy. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the plane first. You can see that I've masked this off. I am going to get some alcohol ready. And a nice little rag. Because I plan on, making some messes here. But this is going to be pretty simple. Like that would have been a mess. I wanted some time to be able to work with it. I didn't want to have to go too fast. I've went ahead and taped this off. Those are my guides to make sure I have this perfectly on. And then, of course, take off the tape. It's 30-minute. It gives you time to work with it a bit. Gives you time to make sure that you've checked your measurements accordingly. Perfect. I have jumped a little bit ahead. I went ahead and put the tail on, which was pretty much standard. The only thing that you're going to have to do, you will have to create a slot here. So I used the little tool for this to line it up, and then of course make the slot. And of course I attached the wheel to it. Nice, works good. So now I'm down to the point in which I've got to start installing and making choices regarding the servos and the push rods. Do I want to mount a servo right here and have a really short distance, or do I want to use the tubing that is available inside to get it to the back? That's the next step on this. I think I am going to use the tubing to keep things nice and clean. It's already got enough bumps and, things to kind of create some drag. So I think I will use this to keep the drag down. We'll go from there. All right, so what I'm doing is I've decided to run it from the inside. And you're like wondering, well, here's what I did. I just put see that? As I push on this, there it is. We're going to add just a little cut here. So there they all are. Alrighty. I have assembled the tail feathers. I've also come up and I have installed the servos, ran the lines. I like this. There's a little piece in here that enables the two wires coming from the elevator to come up and join and be driven by this single wire. It's a nice design. It's got like that extra strength action, ties them all up, and this serves as my adjustments. I wasn't provided an adjustment for this guy here, but I had one so that I could easily put this through, attach the back, and then clamp it all down, check everything, and then clip off the excess. That made it nice. I'm down to the point of putting in a throttle servo, the gas tank, the cowl, and this plane is done. It's exciting, very exciting. All right, so that's it for now. Hey, the motor mount that comes with this, if you're trying to mount something larger than a 40, forget it, it's not going to work. And your standard mount that comes with a higher, a different motor, larger motor, that's not going to work either. I had to go get one of these. Yes, my favorite place, RC Country. It wasn't very expensive. We're talking $8 here, but miracles. I did not have to drill and set any additional blind nuts on the back. This thing just lined up perfectly. It is upside down, but then again, it fits just right. I mean, perfectly on there. And I'll show you what I mean by perfect in a second as I put on the cowling. You'll see. All right, so yeah, take a look. This has to be from the firewall to the tip here. That is 115 millimeters. And this mount made it so nice. Technically, I thought that the cowl, I did a dry fit. So I stuck the motor on there, didn't drill any holes or anything like that. Then I came back over and I started dry fitting my cowl on here. Like, all right, I've got to be able to line up my decals, and it's got to be able to come out here and be really nice and line up. Well, this is not stuck on there, so you're going to have an angle. But if I stick it on there, it is like perfection. Take a look at the front. Let's get you all organized there. The main part's the front. Look at that, nice. See this? This is nice. The distance is nice. It's out there just perfect. At any rate, that's where I am right now with the cowl. This piece, I recommend that highly. If you're moving up in motors, you're putting on a larger motor than this thing calls for. That Great Plains large adjustable engine mount is wondrous. It is amazing. I thought that it was out too far, and I ended up cutting off a piece of this, the plastic. Turns out that's as far as the cowl will go back. So I didn't necessarily need to cut it off. However, I figure, hey, wait a second, hold up. I just cut weight off. Not bad. All good. All right, so at this point, I am working on the throttle itself. At any rate, what's nice is there is a hole here, and there is a hole right down there where this will slip in and come out to the front over here, and then connect to my throttle, which will be nice. So that's what I'm working on right this second. I've first got to drill the holes, drop some thin CA in there, harden up the holes, secure this, and then start this project here. All right, so I am down to that point. Behold. Yes, I had to run a line back here. So I got to clean this little piece up right here just a tad from the inside. And that's what it looks like. It is ripping looking. It's badass. I love that. So to get my other clamp on here, change that clamp there just for fun. And then the last step would be to attach my cowling. Very last piece to make sure that this all fits, and then attach the cowl. And it should be, you know, down here. Anyway, it's like 10 over 10 up and then 67. So it's down here and down there. I might even put one at the top. Just making sure that I clear this piece here, so it'll be somewhere out there. But it's, besides decals, it's done. It is, besides decals and fastening this. Then the plane is built. Then it's a matter of doing the CG. So I've got my fill line here. I've made this big enough so that I can actually get the whole thing out if need be. I've drilled a couple of holes right here, which are to fasten on the muffler piece, the exhaust manifold, let's just call it, that's going to feed this tune pipe. And the tune pipe is set up exactly the same spacing as I had on this motor before, so this plane should absolutely rip. It should do great. There it is, decals. Fasten that on, do a CG. I may end up having to switch gas tanks. It's a tiny little gas tank. I think I'm going to eat through that fuel like nothing. So I'll have to get a long gas tank. The gas tank I had in the black plane looked like this, and I got pretty decent flight, about 8 minutes. I may end up having to put a gas tank like this, a new one, into this plane. We'll see though. What I'll do is I'll do the whole startup, do a run, and count my time at full throttle to see how long it takes to run out of gas. For some reason, I'm guessing it's 5 minutes, which is not going to be long enough of a time. That's it for now.
Making your dreams come true, right here on Stu's channel.